sound. Hey guys, what's up? And so today, in typical BuzzFeed fashion, I'm going to give you 6 Twitter accounts you should be following. Now before I start, I should preface this by saying that since I am a movie guy, a filmmaker, if you will, a lot of these Twitter accounts have to do with movies and filmmaking. So maybe it should be called the 6 Twitter accounts any film person should follow. But then again, regardless of who you are, I think you'll find something to enjoy in all these Twitter accounts. And some of these don't have to do with film. They're just great. They're just funny. So maybe this list should be called 6 Twitter accounts anybody that's kind of into films, but also not really, because everyone will enjoy these Twitter accounts should follow. But that is too long. But moving on, my first Twitter account is Alex Medina. Alex Medina is a graphic designer and music producer. He has produced music for the likes of Andy Mineo and Lecrae, and he used to be a creative director over at Reach Records, but now he works at Vox Media. And this guy just always tweets interesting stuff. No matter who you are, if you're creative in any capacity, you'll like this guy. Sometimes you get a fun look into his creative process. His tweets about religion and politics are always thought-provoking. He's really funny. He always keeps you up to date with the latest things in entertainment, news, tech, whatever. Just a generally really creative guy. So if you like creativity, you should follow Alex Medina. Number 2 is Scott Derrickson, and you might know him as the guy that directed Doctor Strange, but he's also directed a ton of horror films. And to be completely honest, I haven't seen any of his movies other than Doctor Strange, but that's going to change really soon, because just scrolling through this Twitter, you could tell he is a fascinating guy. He tweets a lot about Doctor Strange, and getting to see his thoughts throughout the success of this movie is really cool to see as well. He often tweets fan art, and just if you're a filmmaker, this is an essential account for you to follow. He's also a huge fan of Bob Dylan and makes no effort to hide that, which I think is just incredible. Speaking of movies, if you love movies, if you keep up to date with the news on movies, then this account will change your life, and it's hilarious at the same time. Number 3 on the list is film clickbait. Do you ever read an article that is just way too long when the whole thing could have just been summarized in one sentence? Because this is why film clickbait exists. Film clickbait will take any overly wordy, clickbaity, misleading, or just plain stupid article about movies and will summarize the whole thing in one tweet. Okay, here's an example. Comicbook.com tweeted the article, "Would Patrick Stewart reprise his Charles Xavier role on FX's Legion? Huh. The actor gave a surprising answer." Now, comicbook.com wrote a 311-word article when Film Clickbait was able to summarize it in just 3 words. Yes, he would. And sometimes these tweets are just plain funny. Like Deadline Hollywood tweeted, "Who will take home the award for Best Actor?" This is before the Oscars. And Film Clickbait responds, "They didn't steal all the ballots and count them, so they have no idea." Hilarious. All right, number 4 on the list is Calvin and Hobbes. And this is spelled Calvin with 2 N's at the end, _ Hobbes. Now this account will tweet you a Calvin and Hobbes comic strip every day, which that in and of itself is already fantastic, but it also sometimes tweets out fan art or just a single panel with a really great quote. This account just reminds you how amazingly profound the comic strip was, and will help you continue to be inspired by this amazing work of art. And back to filmmaking accounts, we have number 5, which is Ryan Booth. Ryan Booth is a really great cinematographer. A lot of people love him, and if you follow his Twitter account, you will understand why. He's constantly posting screen grabs of projects he's working on or just pictures he's taking. He always posts really insightful stuff about being a cinematographer, being being an artist. And even if you don't care about any of that, you'll want to follow this account just to keep up with all the cool projects that he's involved in. Just everything he touches just seems to be great, whether it's short films with Ryan Connolly at Film Riot, or a documentary about art, or a documentary about a football player, or his personal short, just everything he does is great and you should be watching. And finally, number 6 on the list. This is just a fun one, but number 6 is Florida Man. Florida Man is an account that posts every single crazy news story involving a man that lives in Florida. And man, does Florida Man get into some crazy situations. Let me just read you some examples. Florida Man sets underwear on fire at Starbucks. Florida Man wipes feces on pier to mark his favorite fishing spot. Florida Man ordered to stay away from animals after throwing live alligator through a Wendy's drive-thru. Doesn't get better than that. And this one is just priceless. Florida Man holds up gas station in drawn on beard. just look at that. It's a real person did that. So those are my 6 Twitter accounts you should be following. So here are all the Twitter handles for you to look up, get on your Twitter app, and follow all these people. And I guess now it's time for the suggestion of the day. I haven't thought of one, but we'll cut to one that I think of later. Okay, so my suggestion of the day is a YouTube series from Ganglebot Films. This is called The Drunk Series. Basically, they were sponsored by a distillery. They got a group of writers. They all got blackout drunk and wrote a film script. And then they shot the script that the drunk writers wrote, performed by drunk actors. So it's a film written and performed by drunk people, and this series is incredible. The films themselves are hilarious, but the behind the scenes is even more funny. So I'll have a playlist of them, or a link where you can watch them at the end. Check it out. I'll see you tomorrow. I can't wait.